Hey guys, and welcome back to the J2 channel. And this is your match review of Switzerland 1, Cameroon nil in a very, I think, let's say interesting first half, but a very dry second half of football, probably as you expected considering maybe the opposition. But you know what? Credit to Cameroon, man. I thought, maybe they could have gone for it a little bit more in the end, but I guess they didn't want to take the risk, and Switzerland just saw out the game. When you think about it, in the first half, it was actually a decent game. I thought both teams looked like they wanted to. I wouldn't say fully go for it, but they looked like they both wanted to actually play some good football. Passing between the lines, drive forward with the ball. Get some combinations going with their center forward and their wingers and stuff like that. I thought, Switzerland's wingers today were pretty threatening with Shaqiri and Vargas, I think that's his name. And then obviously Cameroon were trying to be threatening with the front three of Choupo-Moting and Mbeumo and Ekambi, and with the midfielders trying to come in as well. So, I felt like the way both teams wanted to play in this game was very, very good. And at times it was end to end. At times both teams exposed each other. At times both teams even went on counter attacks. Cameroon had some moments where he thought to himself maybe Choupo-Moting should have squared it. Maybe there was a moment I think where Kambi could have squared it instead of shooting. They were always getting to the final third, Cameroon, and they just didn't make the right decision in the end. They still created a few chances, but it wasn't enough to trouble the keeper too much. Some good football was played. I was really impressed with Choupo-Moting in that first half, especially. He got tired towards the second half, but in the first half, the guy was. Oh yeah, I was really impressed with his performance. Like he was a proper link man, like proper link man. Like he was dropping deep. He was trying to hold the ball up. He was trying to flick on headers, and I felt sorry for him at times during that first half because I was like, the way he is as a striker, he's a target man. So you want to be making runs off him, which I didn't think they did enough of. And every time they did, they actually nearly created something out of it. They nearly actually got something out of that situation. And I thought if they would have done that more in that first half, then maybe they would have scored. But it is what it is. Switzerland, though, obviously with the likes of Xhaka and Embolo, Shaqiri, Vargas, Freyler in midfield as well. They had their moments as well, offensively, where they were controlling the game. They popped off some shots. There was a situation in the first half where they had played some really good football as well. Popping it about. Xhaka in between the lines, passing it out wide. To the winger, and then the overlap comes, cross comes in. Unfortunately, nobody's there. For the tap in, and they made sure not to make that same mistake again in the second half. And you saw in the goal, Xhaka, some very very similar to the first half, with the chance they created towards the end of that half. They created a similar one in their goal, but obviously, this time it resulted in a goal. So obviously, Xhaka gives it to Freyler. Freyler gives it out to the fullback, I think it is. He puts in a cross, and Bello is at the right place at the right time to tap it in. Obviously, he doesn't celebrate because he was born in Cameroon, so I guess he is giving respect to Cameroon, and he did look a bit, how do I describe it? He looked a bit sad. He looked a bit upset, to be honest with you, even though he scored. That it was against his native nation. It's against his motherland. Do you get what I'm saying? Like where he was actually born. Score against the country you actually born. That's like, I don't know, for England. That's like seeing Bukayo Saka scoring against Nigeria. Like low key, yeah, you scored, but he would be a bit. I wish it didn't have to come against you guys type things. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, it is what it is. He did his job. He was there, right place, right time. And yeah, that second half was just a bit dry from that goal onwards. Obviously, Switzerland did deserve the goal based on how they started that half, but yeah, it felt like Cameroon just ran out of energy. The subs came on, not much happened um, from that perspective as well. And yeah, it is what it is. It is a big win for Switzerland because I did think at times they were looking shaky. And I feel like maybe if Serbia and Brazil look at that today, considering both those teams have better attacks than Cameroon's, if they're seeing Cameroon do that to Switzerland, in terms of causing trouble, in terms of exposing them in the midfield and at the back at times when they attacked them. Imagine what Brazil can do with Neymar, Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, and Richarlison, and then Serbia have some decent attackers. They've got Vlahovic, they've got Dusan Tadic, they've got Mitrovic, they got Milinkovic Savic in midfield, they got Kostic as well. So, Brazil and Serbia obviously play later on today. They'll be looking at Switzerland thinking to themselves, yo, like we can get, especially Serbia, because Brazil against any team, let's be honest, will cook. Brazil will cook any team in this competition. But for Serbia's perspective, that would have been positive for them. But unfortunately, they do have to face Brazil first. And obviously, if they do lose that game, they then have to go on and beat Switzerland and Serbia. Serbia have to go ahead and beat Switzerland and Cameroon, which I believe they can. Cameroon just like that quality up front, but in terms of the foundation, the infrastructure of the team, it was very good. They had a decent style of play. I could see what they was trying to do, but the quality just didn't come through for them in the end. And Switzerland, they created one big chance, and yeah, they got it in the back of the net. They did create a couple towards the end of the game. I think at the end there was like a shot that got blocked really well. Um, of a Cameroon defender. So yeah, they had some chances on the counter attack Switzerland, but just like Cameroon, they just lacked quality up front. But when they didn't lack quality up front, they got the goal. So fair play to them in terms of that. But when you look at it overall, Switzerland could be doing better, considering a lot of people are saying this is their best team heading into an international tournament. The way the squad is, it's well balanced. They've got some good players, decent players. As a team, they can cause trouble to anyone. You've seen Switzerland in the past. They can play better than that. They did, defeat France in the Euros last summer. They took Spain all the way to penalty. So who knows what they could do to Brazil? Do you get what I'm saying? This is football. At the end of the day, you can't really predict this sport because you saw Germany and Argentina, didn't you? So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's it for your match review, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Obviously, next up we've got Uruguay versus South Korea. That'll be the next review, and then we've got Portugal, Ghana after that, and then we end the day on Brazil and Serbia. And after today's set of fixtures, that will be the first set of group games done for every single group from A to H. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, fair play. And yeah, we go again, guys. See, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for 100 subscribers. I really appreciate it. I made a little speech on that yesterday. Do go check that out on the Belgium Canada review. And yeah, I just really appreciate the love and support and the comments and all the likes, everyone that's subscribed, everyone that's interacted with my channel and decided to just give me a chance, to just voice out my opinion. And yeah, I appreciate it. Anyway, I'll see you lot for you guys, South Korea. And yeah, see you lot then. Peace.